Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing Magic the Gathering Arena Online. I also really want to talk about the state of Magic the Gathering as a whole, mainly when it comes to the Beyond the Universe sets. And I apologize for this video taking so long. I know last video I said I would get this video out probably in the same day. This video has been the most cursed video I've worked on so far. I've lost the footage to it multiple times, and this is probably my 13th or 14th attempt redoing the audio on this. Anyway, before we get into it, let's run the ad for W. Thank you for the sponsor, and then we'll get into it. Wait right there. Are you tired? Do you need a drink? A little pick-me-up for today? Guess what, everyone? We got a sponsor. W Energy has stepped up and has given me a link. That's right. Code Bunny Club. Go check out their website. They got flavors like purple dub sauce, Japanese soda, Grandpa's denture water, classics, of course. They got a wide variety with even caffeine-free options. And believe it or not, they even have creator cups. They even have some anime mommy cups for sale there. Check out their formula there too. They got coffee fruit extract up in there. That sounds so good. Not only that, but it's chock full of B vitamins, which will keep us going all day. Anyway, go check out the link. Go check out the link below, and please code BunnyClava at checkout. Again, thank you W Energy for stepping up and giving me this sponsorship. I really appreciate it. So, what do I mean by the state of Magic the Gathering as a whole? Well, especially when it comes to Beyond the Universe sets, it's been really attractive more than ever to new players to come and play Magic. And there's a lot that goes into Magic, as any experienced player knows. And mainly when it comes down to actually winning the game versus playing the game. Playing the game is very fun. Winning the game is also very fun, but both of them do not correlate to each other. Most of the time, a very winnable deck is going to be very straightforward, very accurate, very to the point of just trying to get through the game in order to win. Not every Magic player plays this way, and not every form of Magic is played this way. I mean, Commander is a good example of a slower paced way to play Magic. At the same time too, there's also a lot of people complaining about how Commander can also be very quick whenever it comes to win conditions. And not a lot of new Magic players even know what a win condition is, or how to implement that into your deck. And I mean, I was scrolling through Facebook casually, and I saw this pop up, and it immediately gave me the idea, like, yeah, a lot of people don't get this. Because, like, you look up the rules for Magic, and it seems pretty straightforward, but then when you actually get into it and you start asking real nerds how to play this game, man, it can get out of control so quickly, especially when it comes down to like a lot of niche sets that a lot of people maybe never heard of. My brother showed me one called Graveborn, and that one went crazy. But yes, so Magic the Gathering as a whole has been attracting a lot of new players, and they've even established that with Foundations. I think Foundations was a really good thing for Magic, because it set forth a lot of classic cards into the hands of players. And I think that's very important, that we know what cards we consider classic and what cards are very winnable and playable, to the point where they would be very foundational to a lot of different decks. So Foundations was really good for Magic, and especially with the introduction of Beyond Universes, it gave something new players to have a good starting foundation for all their decks. But what really comes into play whenever new players actually start playing Magic is whenever they try to buy other sets that is not Foundations. Like, I don't want to say Turkey or Dragonstorm, because for a box it's still only like $130 to $150 depending. But let's take Final Fantasy for example, the most expensive Magic set I think I've ever seen. that's not some sort of vintage antique. $160 for a single collector's booster pack. And I think like a single booster box is going for like $1,000. But then you have scalpers join the mix, and then you have wizards not helping anything, and then you have the Magic committee dunking on all these new players as well, and it just gets so confusing for new players to actually navigate how to do anything outside of the Beyond universe or Foundations. When I first started playing, I was very lucky to have my brother show me how to play. My first official set that I actually spent money on myself was Hour of Devastation and Amonkhet. I mostly bought Hour of Devastation just because I thought it was cool at the time. Later on, it was more or less a lackluster set, especially when compared to Innistrad or something like Battle of Zendikar. Battle of Zendikar was way cooler. Hour of Devastation holds a special place in my heart, but I will say Battle of Zendikar was probably my favorite during that time, mainly because of the Eldrazi's. But then, now you have Beyond the Universe, and those sets I just mentioned went up in price, mainly just because they've aged and it's hard to find them. But with Beyond the Universe sets, they can drop right now, and they will already be worth more than most people's cars. And it's just so hard to fathom that, especially knowing that when you break them open and you actually get the cards to play with them, you're going to make nothing in return. The amount that actually goes into one of those booster boxes, I mean, if you go watch like Really with Alpha Investments, I mean, he says it best, like, they're all getting hosed. Everyone's getting hosed right now, and there's nothing that we can do about it. So buy the boxes and just keep them sealed. But even then, I think this is all going to crash. And what makes me think that is the fact that Final Fantasy has a cult following, yes. But for the Magic community as a whole, I just don't see it holding up, especially when there's going to be newer sets that people are begging for. Like, Wubby had a good idea with Halo. A bunch of people are begging for Star Wars. And there's so many different ones that can be done. And I think Final Fantasy is just a fad at the moment. And I think eventually when all the scalpers run out and they realize that people won't be spending like what, $2,000 for a collector booster box, and people are getting tired of looking at that and only getting $400 to $500 cards worth in return. I think that's what's going to be the end of that. But what will that mean for the Magic market as a whole? So what I mean whenever it comes down to it being the end for scalpers, what I mean is it's mostly going to be the end whenever it comes down to new sets. Because what's going to happen is the Magic community is going to learn its lesson this time. At least I hope we learn a lesson this time. And then whenever a new set comes out that's going to be super popular, like, again, they do Halo, they do Star Wars, those are going to be so valuable. And those card prices are going to spike up so quickly. But what I think is going to happen, and what I hope is going to happen, is the Magic community is going to just hold its breath and wait for that market to crash. Because eventually, whenever nobody starts buying it, and all those scalpers have all those boxes just sitting there for months and months and months, they're going to start dropping their prices. And the Magic community knows this. This has happened before. And it's going to happen again. The thing is, these Beyond the Universe sets are getting so much attention because of Wizards. And Wizards is doing this on purpose, and they're leaving behind the in-universe sets. And it's it's really sad to say that they're doing that, but I mean, it's really expected. The Beyond the Universe sets are doing so much better than the In the Universe sets that it can't even be compared. I mean, I looked up and I saw that the first one they did was The Walking Dead. All I could think is my fiance does not know how to play Magic. She does not have much interest in it. But if I show her The Walking Dead set, one of her favorite TV shows ever, she would lose her absolute mind. I don't even know how much money will be spent, how quickly. But I mean, I understand why they're so valuable. I understand why people want them and how they attract new players. Because I could see it firsthand. I could experiment with it. Like, I could do a straight social experiment with my fiance doing that and see how quickly she can pick up Magic, just because it's an in-universe set that she would be really enjoyable. I mean, beyond universe set that she would find really enjoyable. But nonetheless, all this remains to be seen until we get another Magic set that's as popular as Final Fantasy, until we see the Magic community's reaction to it, and until I can maybe convince my fiance to learn Magic the Gathering through her favorite TV show. We'll see. But nonetheless, the whole reason why I wanted to make this was mainly to talk about the fact that Magic the Gathering really helps soothe people's gambling addictions by opening up booster packs. I will definitely agree with Tolarian College. Buy singles if you're trying to build a deck. If you're actually trying to be smart with your money and smart about building proper decks, buy singles. Otherwise, booster packs will tickle and just cradle that gambling addiction so nicely. I mean, that's part of the reason why people are paying $160 for a collector's booster pack. Because maybe, just maybe, you might hit that big ticket card. Who knows? And, I mean, at the end of the day, I can't blame anyone. I really can't. And that's also why I want to talk about Magic the Gathering Arena Online. It really does help with that. Because spending money, like spending $10 for a single booster pack for like a basic set that isn't Final Fantasy, still gets really pricey really quickly. If you're buying booster boxes, it still gets pretty pricey pretty quickly. But whenever it comes to like MTG and Arena Online, man, it is great, because not only can you play and get gold, get online booster packs, but you can also buy gems with real money to just buy booster packs as well. So you have two options for your gambling addiction. And you can do the fun way, like I'm doing, and earn gold, or you can buy gems. I'm not going to knock you for doing either or, because, I mean, it's a microtransaction I can get behind. At least it's not like Roblox, where you just get like a dumb hat or some shit and it costs you 20,000 real dollars that you have to steal from your mother. But, you know, that's neither here or there. And I realized I had 2 Final Fantasy booster packs, and I wanted to open them, so I did. But I don't like opening just 2 booster packs. I think that would have just been kind of lame to record. So I decided to record opening up a lot more and playing the game and showing you how I got the gold to do it. But unfortunately all that footage got corrupted, so I'm just using this random chopped up spliced up footage instead. And I ended up buying 3 regular booster packs and 1 mythic booster pack. And eventually I did tell myself I want to go for the 10,000 in order to get 10 alchemy packs. I figured that would be really fun to play towards and to open up on camera. And I'm just going to kind of speed through the footage. I'm going to kind of speed up a little bit. The cards were pretty okay. I started with this gold pack. I opened it up, and I mean, it was a pretty decent pack. Most of these cards in here dealt with milling cards. I'm not a big fan of milling cards. I understand the method behind it, but personally, I want to play every card that I can, and I would much rather build a deck based off of that. I did get a really good Planeswalker though in here, and I am excited to play him, and probably a blue-green deck. And I also saw that there's Saga creatures, and I'm really kind of hesitant for Saga creatures. Sagas in general were kind of a really interesting mechanic that I don't know really how well it plays out. I think it needs to be I think it really needs to be a very specific deck to actually take full advantage of a Saga the way how it's supposed to. I opened up the Final Fantasy packs, and I don't play Final Fantasy. I don't know much about the games, but I did think that they were pretty interesting cards. They did look really cool. They did a pretty good job on the artwork. And again, for the mythic in this one, I got a Saga creature. Saw it was an 8-drop. Not a big fan. In this Final Fantasy pack, I saw that I got some pretty cool cards. That Dinosaur Trample I'm definitely going to be using in my main deck. And for the rare, I'm pretty sure this is like one of the main characters. Again, don't kill me. I don't play Final Fantasy. But yeah, really, really interesting cards. I opened up the through regular booster packs, and they're pretty okay. I got a Red Dragon for a rare. I don't play a lot of red decks, so I don't know when I'm going to be using him, but still a pretty nice card. Second deck contained more of the same. I did get a relatively interesting card, but it's mainly for a token deck, and I just don't run a lot of token decks. Again, not because I don't know how to play them or anything, I just don't have a lot of cards that can function into a token deck properly. But still gonna be a really fun card whenever I do get a chance to play it. Final pack mainly consisted of a gold card instead of the rare, and I was kind of bummed out about that. But the mythic pack is where the footage got corrupted and cut off, which really sucks because I got a really interesting card for that one. It was actually crap, I still can't remember the name. I typed it in wrong too. In the film and my recording, I typed it in as Ayahugan, and it wasn't Ayahugan. That was from Battles in the Car. I don't know why I thought about Battles in the Car whenever I typed it out. I typed it out slowly, trying to be cool, but it was wrong card, so it wasn't that cool. But yes, the card itself was actually Ugin, Eye of the Storm. I read through his abilities in this card, and I'm probably going to use him in every deck. It's a 7-drop, which is kind of late game, but if I have ways to boost my mana pool, then I can play him sooner, and man, that's going to be a crazy drop. I mean, you know, mid to late game, it's a win condition in any deck. But yeah, that's really all I pulled, and other than that, the only thing that we're going to try to go for is for the 10 alchemy packs. Maybe I'll try to do 10 alchemy packs, and I'll try to save us some extra gold to get mythic packs on top of it. And through that time, there should be gold packs that I earn as well. So that would be really interesting to open up on stream. Oh, on stream, that reminds me, I just figured out OBS. I'm going to be getting up on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch here pretty soon. Alright y'all, well thank you for joining me for this video, and have a good night. I am exhausted, And this should hopefully be the last video with horrible audio quality. I ordered some lapel mics. They should be here really soon, and that's going to really help the audio quality. Alright everybody, have a good night.